Okay, students, so today we are going to learn about human digestive system. So let's have a look about human digestive system. Okay, well, so we need food. We eat for the whole day. We eat something from the little children up to the old persons. We need food for our body. We need water for our body. So all these things are eaten by us and those are digested. After that digestion, we get energy. That means for our survival, we need food and water, as well as along with all these things, we need oxygen too. So let's learn about digestive system of human being. So let's have a look on this figure. Though the board is small, try to understand. I will make the small figure of human digestive system according to this board. So all of you are well known about this structure. This one is mouth. That means the digestive system starts from our mouth. So here I will write the names in ascending order. That means now if I am writing all these names in descending order from upward to downward, actually it is ascending order of our digestive system. So mouth is the first thing from which the digestion starts. Note down this point. The digestion starts from mouth. It doesn't start from the internal bag-like structure called as stomach. So remember it properly, remember it firmly that the digestion starts from mouth. This question can be asked in competitive exams like MPSC or APSC. So when the food is taken in our mouth, a tube starts from mouth in the inside body. So it starts like this and gets turned and it bulges like a balloon. It bulges like a bottle guard in this way. And once again it is converted into a tube. Now, so this part of the digestive system is called as esophagus. What do we call it as? Esophagus. Now the second one, the bulging part of this canal, of this tube, is called as the bag-like structure. What I said, the bag-like bulging structure, it is called as stomach. And this stomach, once again, goes and converted into a tube that is coiled in this way. When you are going to make any diagram, you can make such type of loops. No need to make the proper diagram. Okay, so it is called as small intestine, and the small intestine is covered and well protected by the large intestine. It is well covered and protected by the large intestine in this way. So the structure of the large intestine is like this one. And towards the right side of the human body, now it is the left side of my body, but towards the right side of the human body, there is an appendix at the end of the large intestine, sorry. And towards the left side of the human body, the large intestine is converted into the downward opening. It is the downward opening and it is called as anus. Okay, well, so what I said, the digestive system starts from mouth with a tube, and this tube is called as esophagus. Esophagus is a tube which is ending at a bulging part, and that bulging part, that water-like structure, that bag-like structure is called as stomach. The third one part of the alimentary canal is called as stomach. Now, the stomach once again is converted into a long tube. You know how much long it is? It is near about 7 meters long. That means small intestine is 7 meters long or up to 22 feet long. You know what is the amazing thing about the small intestine of human being? It is 3.5 times. It is 3.5 times long according to the body's height. Generally, what the body height of a human being is, you know well that the girls are near about 5 to 5.5 feet tall, and the human being as the boys are up to 6 feet tall. So it is 3.5 times. That means 6 threes are 18. 6 threes are 18. So it is the length of the small intestine is near about 22 feet long. And because of such longer length, it is quite the nature bestowed the human being. The stomach is, that means our abdomen, our abdominal cavity has given the property, has given the quality to coil the small intestine. And you know well, because of such type of occupied space, it is compressed. It is compressed in between the two sides of our large intestine. You might have studied in history that Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Afzal Khan's fight. What happened when Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj used his Vagnakhe? You know it well. So with those, he torn out he torn out, he stabbed the stomach of Afzal Khan. And at that time, instantly, the small intestine, the small intestine came outside of the body, that is called in Marathi Kothra. So why it happened? It happened because it is compressed. Small intestine is compressed. What is the length of the small intestine? It is 7 meters long. And you know the difference in between the other animals, like for example cow, herbivorous animal cow, we know it well. So cow is a long animal and big animal. So what is the length of cows? Cow's small intestine, you know, it's an amazing thing. The small intestine of cow is approximately 2.5 meters in length. That means near about 8 feet. Only 8 feet. But what is the length of our small intestine? It is 22 feet long. That means 3 times longer than the cow's small intestine. Okay, well, so it is small intestine. Afterwards, small intestine is well covered with the large intestine. And the large intestine, both sides of the large intestines are ending with two bulging parts. One of them is closed and another one is opened at the end, downward of the urinary canal. So it is called as anus. So consequently, I will write all these parts on the board on my left side. So mouth, or esophagus, stomach. After that, small intestine, and the outward side is large intestine. Okay. Large intestine. So let's have a look about the figure once again, and now I will explain in details what the digestive system is, or how does it function, how functionates the digestive system properly. So let's have a look. The digestion starts from our mouth. That means when we eat, when we chew, when we bite the morsels of our food, we take much foodstuffs, more foodstuffs according to our habits and tastes. So when we take morsels of different foods, they are soft, some of them are hard, some of them are liquids like juices, some of the juicy foods. So some of the juicy fruits, sorry. So all these things are eaten by us every day, every time. So all such type of foodstuffs are softened so that they can be pushed throughout the esophagus. They can be pushed normally, easily throughout this tube, which is called as esophagus. So what happens when we take the food into our mouth? When we take the food into our mouth, our teeth starts biting them. When the food is properly bitten by the teeth, the glands alongside of our both jaws, there are three pairs of glands. So all these glands are called as salivary glands. All these glands are called as salivary glands. Now I will write the names of the accessory glands towards the left side of this figure. So here are three glands. These are called as salivary glands. So what the function of salivary glands is? The function of salivary glands is to make the food a bolus. A bolus means a soft ball which is chewed properly, which is ground properly. The teeth and the tongue help the food to be chewed and to be ground properly, and when it is mixed with the salivary glands saliva, that saliva helps to make it wet so that it can be pushed properly throughout this tube which is called as esophagus. So now morsel by morsel, that means bolus by bolus, go into this bag, and this bag starts contraction and relaxation, and this contraction and relaxation process is called as peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement, like a wave, you know, the waves of the seas or oceans or Bay of Bengal, bays. So such type of oceans and seas have waves of water. You might have seen the movement of any snake. So the snake's body is also like the tube. It waves. It moves like the waves. So the same thing happens with the esophagus, the stomach and the small intestine. There is the movement called as peristaltic movement, and because of the peristaltic movement, the bolus is pushed gently, properly, without any obstacle into the stomach. Now what happens now? In stomach, the food is churned. The food is churned like the curds is churned. You know, at your homes, in a pitcher, earthen pot, the pitcher like earthen pot, your grandmother or your mother might have kept the curds, and that curds would be churned to get the butter and the buttermilk. In the same way, the food is churned here. In this way, the food is churned continuously for 24 hours. If you are fast asleep, if you are sleeping at night, your stomach is working, your brain is working, your lungs are working. That means internal organs are continuously working. They are doing their function. They are not stopping their function up to your death. Okay, well, so the food is well churned into the stomach and it is converted into chyme. It is converted into chyme, or you may call it as chyme. It is converted into chyme. Chyme means a paste, a semi-solid paste, which is easily pushed throughout the coiled small intestine. And here the villi are present, innumerable villi, that means villus, and the plural of villus is villi. So innumerable villi are present here. What are the villi, you know? What are the villi? You know, the villi are finger-like structure. They are as small as our hair. They are finger-like structure and they absorb the well-digested, properly digested food into the blood, and inner side of the blood vessels of our small intestine absorb the blood. They absorb, that means the small intestine, with the help of innumerable villi, absorbs the blood, and that blood is present in our body. Near about 5.5 liters of blood is present in our body. So after digestion, the undigested food is passed. The undigested food is passed towards the large intestine, and that undigested food means the remaining food which is not necessary for our body, that must be excreted. So that goes through this another large tube which is called as large intestine, and it is converted into the feces. It is converted into the feces. These feces are called as stools. Specially, you may call them as stools. So these feces are thrown outside of the body when they are gathered, when they are collected in the small intestine. So all these things need some other specific actions. Once again, I will erase the names. Now you might have known, you have come to know all the names. Once again, I recall all the names. Mouth, the digestion starts from mouth. Only I told you about the three pairs of the glands. Those are salivary glands. But I didn't tell about the other glands. I must erase all these things. Mouth, salivary glands, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and the last one was anus. Now I will erase all these names so that I can explain it properly, because the remaining part of this alimentary canal is, of this digestive system, is some of the glands which are remained. So let me erase. Okay, well, once again I will remind you what is the function of salivary glands. The salivary glands secrete the ptyalin, the juice called as ptyalin. And this juice converts the carbohydrates like starch into sugars. Carbohydrates are converted, that means starch, especially starch. These are converted into sugars. That's why we must chew our food. We must bite our food properly so that it will be mixed with the saliva, and this saliva has a specific enzyme called as ptyalin, and this ptyalin converts our carbohydrates into sugars. That's why when when we chew the morsel for a long time, it tastes sweet. Why? Because it is converted into sugars because of ptyalin. So salivary glands contain the enzyme ptyalin. Okay, well, So second one is, here you see the another gland which is called as liver. So this is the largest gland of human body. Remember this thing also, this point must be remembered that the largest gland of our body is the liver. It produces bile. The bile is present inside the liver. You know, you might have heard that some of the persons are dying because of liver. There are holes in their liver and those persons are addicted. Those persons are addicted because of alcohol. So what happens, you know, the bile is present already. The bile is stored inside our body, inside our liver. When the other enzymes are not working well, when the other enzymes are not properly working, at that time, this stored bile is provided for digestion. That means already there is too much bile inside of our liver. So bile is working as a digestive juice. Now take a look on this back, stomach. So this stomach has three types of, this stomach contains three types of enzymes. The first one is hydrochloric acid, HCl. The another one is pepsin. And the third one, hydrochloric acid, pepsin, and third one is mucus. So let's have a look about their function. What is hydrochloric acid's function? What is pepsin's function? And what is mucus function? So hydrochloric acid fights against the bacteria. The bacterium enters along with our food from outside air. The bacterium or all the bacteria enter with the food and they may harm to our digestive system. They may harm to our stomach. That's why this hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria. Hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria, and another one thing can be done by the hydrochloric acid. The food is digested properly, especially proteins. Proteins are the hard foodstuffs. So those are digested because of hydrochloric acid. The another one is the another enzyme from this gland, gastric gland, which is present alongside of the stomach. So this gastric gland produces hydrochloric acid, which is an enzyme, pepsin, which is also an enzyme, and mucus, that is also an enzyme. So all these three enzymes are working differently. I explained about hydrochloric acid. It fights against the bacteria and kills them, and helps to digest the foodstuffs like protein. In the same way, the pepsin, another enzyme, it also helps to digest the proteins. And the third one is mucus. And what is the function of mucus? Mucus protects this part. mucus protects the stomach. Why? Why is it necessary to protect the stomach? Because of this hydrochloric acid. You know what is the power of our bile and hydrochloric acid? These enzymes are too much dangerous, too much harmful. If you take the human hydrochloric acid and bile in a bowl, and if you keep the blade of shaving, into that solution for 24 hours, it will get soluble. It will get completely soluble after 24 hours. That is the power of, that is the concentration of such type of enzymes like hydrochloric acid and bile. That's why the alcoholic person's livers are made holes because of bile that is already present inside the liver. Okay, well, so another one. So we have discussed about these glands, gastric glands, and which gland? Liver. Now there are two remaining glands. I will make sketch of those glands here because of the problem of smaller bore. Once again I will make stomach and liver. Okay, so here a smaller ball like structure is present which is bound to stomach and the liver, which is called as gallbladder, and here underneath the stomach the another smaller gland is present, and this gland is called as pancreas. This gland is called as pancreas. So all these glands are supporting our alimentary canal, and with all these glands, all these accessory glands. So which are these glands? Salivary gland, after that liver, after that gallbladder, and the last one is pancreas. So all these glands provide the necessary fluid, the necessary secretory juices which help the digestion, and they must be in balance. Okay, well, so I will provide you the notes. Afterward, too much part is remained. So have a nice day. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.